All right, everybody, welcome in. Hi, Saggies. Sun rising in North Node. Let's see where we go. I added North Node here because I want to look at purpose, path, and purpose. So this is a month forecast for you. I'm going to do a slightly different spread, so let's see where it takes us. In the extended, I'll do, well, you'll see. I'll say what I'm going to say. I'll say what I'm going to do so that you know. All right, let's see where we go for you, Saggy. What's going on? All right, beautiful. Bee spirit, prosperity, wild rose, fairy, love. Interesting. And wise woman of the grove, grace. So I do feel like the stuckness is lifting. If some of you have been, I know because some of you have written me notes and letters and asked about, why am I so stuck? What's going on with Sagittarius? Why can't we get out of our own way? Well, you are getting out of your own way. And the purpose of that stuckness, or the purpose of that staying in place, or the releasing of people, the releasing of careers, the releasing of resistance to the path. All right, I feel like you might have been a little bit resistant recently. So, excuse me. Underneath is the moon. Week 1 is the sun anchored down by the high priestess. Week 2, the star anchored down by the 8 of cups. Week 3, the king of cups anchored down by the 5 of cups. And week 4, the 2 of cups anchored down by the magician. So I'm going to say right off the bat here, some of you are healing from a choice that you made that wasn't really in your heart. Okay, it wasn't really in your heart, or you've been doing things that weren't really in your heart just because you thought you're supposed to do them, or because you thought that that was the way that the path was going, right? You're just like, okay, well, all right, I'm not sure if this is really what I want, but I'm gonna go down this road. And some of you could have connected with a water sign. I feel like you thought this was a really good idea in the beginning, and it just turned out to not be such a good idea. But the good news is there is some kind of closure. There is some kind of clarity for you right now. There is some kind of feeling of like, now I know what I want. Now I know what I want to pursue. I know what I want to do every day. I know what I want to be when I grow up. I know. So if you have felt recently that you didn't really know those things, I feel like what's coming in the next month is going to help you see. Okay? It's going to help you really get clear. I like that we have the moon and the sun here because we do have a loud energy of the moon in Aries. We have a new moon in Aries in March, but we have another one in April. Isn't that crazy? So the moon, the new moon in Aries, March 21st. As I'm doing this, the new moon is happening right now. And it's about 0 degrees in Aries. The new moon in April is 29 degrees. So something is coming full circle. And it can be that what I said about the water sign, or what I said about that there was some kind of path you took that was like, okay, forget it. It's not real. Like, I'm not going down that road. It's not for my best and highest good long term. So kind of like a do-over. Kind of like, all right, well, what did I learn from that? How was that really relevant to my life? It did show up as something that you did think was a good idea, but that turned out to not be a good idea. So here we are back on the path, okay? Here we are back on the path. And what's underneath is the moon card. So I feel like that detour really opened up your feelings, really opened you up again to feeling your feelings. You might have shut them down because of that water sign, or you might have shut them down because of being on a road that wasn't to your liking, and you really had to use your feelings to kind of navigate out of it. All right. it just makes me feel like there is something growing in you, like a little bud, a little ability to love. Now, I honestly feel like this is a long-term healing event that showed up in another person. Okay. So the first week, the sun rooted down by the high priestess. So we're in this place now of finally being able to see the light, being able to see where we're going, Sagittarius. We're being able to see how we're moving forward. We're connected to our intuition. So all of that stuff that happened that kind of took you down a wrong road, or a road of maybe uncomfortable feeling. I don't know. I just feel like you're being like opened up, and that was just not cool. Okay. Like I don't want to go down that road. There's something about it that was just like, you felt out of control by doing that. So you could have felt that way anyway. So, but the benefits were really loud and are moving forward in such a good way that it's going to bring in love and prosperity, because now you're really authentic. It's very rare for me to say that Sagittarians have ever been an experience that was inauthentic. It's not really that you were living a life that was inauthentic. You were living a life of protection, okay? Could have been a broken heart, could have been, a lost love, could have been a person who kind of cracked you open in a not so good way. Does it matter? I don't really think it matters. I feel like you are getting the sense that, wow, have worked on my healing. I've really become so much stronger. Some of you may have the experience of that person coming back around, a person from the past who you got ripped open for, or you felt ripped open by. And it's like not a big deal anymore. Just walking away from it. No interest. No interest anymore. Look, I'm healed. I'm standing in the sun. I really know where I want to go. And I kind of love that. So the second week of this reading is really about knowing how strong you are and really seeing it. So there can be some things that go on that might be a little bit sad or might be a little bit difficult, but you got this. Okay? I like it. It's almost like in the third week, standing in this energy of King of Cups, like you have somehow mastered your feelings, or you're mastered the capability of having feelings without it swamping you, or without it being something that was seen as like, I don't want that, I'm going to run away from that. So all of these experiences that have recently happened might have been sad, might have been a little bit feeling a little bit like you've pushed people away, but they were all in service to a long-term connection with your heart. And that is beautiful. So what's happening is, okay, so sometimes when we open our hearts, a lot of emotion comes rushing through. So 5 of Cups. So there can be some situations that you want to circle back around to and feel like you want to make amends to somebody, or you let somebody come through that you kind of blocked off. You're like, I think I'm done with this. But then, there's an opportunity to kind of say, I'm sorry, or there's an opportunity to hear an apology from somebody. There's a really strong vibe of healing here. I like this a lot. And so what happens is, by the time we get to the 4th week, which is the time that we're moving into Taurus, there is an opportunity for manifesting real love, manifesting true love. I don't know that you would have been capable of it if you hadn't gone through this kind of meat grinder of your own feelings, or if you haven't done that yet, that's what's coming. And it's going to seem a little bit like, oh my God, I'm being swamped by my feelings. But I do feel that this is really bringing in something very special. All right. The wise woman of the grove, Grace, it's helping you elevate into a place of wisdom, of now I can accept love in my life. Now I can give love. There was just this real injured heart that needed some kind of moment in time when it's just opened up, so we can clean it all out. We can get all the past gunk out of there, and we can truly feel our feelings. It's such a rarity for Sagittarius, I will say. And this King of Cups here could be another person, or it can just be you really standing in your own power. Eight of Wands, Page of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, for sure. So even more, even better. It's not, you know, you might think, well, oh, feelings, like who cares about feelings? But I'm here to tell you that what it's opening up also is it's opening up your connection to spirit. It's opening up your creativity. It's opening up your ability to feel compassion for other people in a more, I don't know, kind of well-rounded way. It's also allowing for more self-love where you stand up for yourself. So whatever happened here in the past 2 months, I'm going to say, since Pisces time, so Pisces, and then we're into Aries time here, whatever has happened that cracked you open, it sure was for a good cause. All right, so we'll see where we go with this. I'll do a different kind of spread in the extended. I may take some cards for different signs that show up. So we'll see where we go. This is a really beautiful forecast for opening up to the mission and purpose of love. I like it. All right. All right, Sag, there's a link below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.